they're 3-2 or is it something? They're above 500. Oh, anyway, hey, listen, we're live, boys. Isaac, I should have prepared you better for this. I'm sorry, I'll go wrapped up in football talk. Hey, America. Welcome to the Cleveland Browns, the greatest franchise in NFL history. Welcome, America, to the Eric and Rodney Show with Robin, presented by Offensively Creative and Dinsmore Steel and Volare, 3 sponsors that we all own. I'm America's sweetheart, Eric Ron. I own Offensively Creative. That's Rodney Steele. He's Rod, the PEO god. He owns Dinsmore Steel. Did I say that already? And that's Robin Valdez. He's representing Volare. He's the thriller from Manila. He lives in Manila. It's a lovely place. It's the Cleveland Browns of cities. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have very special guests. Wait till you see his lineup of clients. Oh my God, Oscar. I'm sorry, Isaac Gordon. Welcome.
Welcome, Isaac.
Broken there, but
welcome to the show.
Isaac Gordon. So Isaac, I'm not sure that you've seen the show. You may be one of the very few people that haven't. We're huge, particularly in the Philippines. But the general thing is that we cover the news because America demands our opinions on such things. And then we talk about you for the second half hour. And we've all done a lot of research on you. Very
even
impressive,
me.
Isaac.
Even
very
me.
Even Rodney.
And I can barely read.
Took a lot out of him.
Yeah. But before we get to the news, I don't know if you know this, but every day here in the United States, some reason to celebrate, some national day. Usually they're pretty bad, and today's no exception. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is National Straight Edge Day. Are you familiar with these dorks? These straight edge dorks?
When I first saw this, Eric, I thought it was when he said National Edge Day. I thought it was. Is it that guy from U2? Is his name's Edge, right?
I thought that too. I thought the guitarist from U2 had his own day, but no.
That's I was like, that's really wild.
Are you familiar with the straight edge movement, though?
It's where you don't use drugs or alcohol. Is that right?
No drugs, no alcohol, no tobacco, and they generally listen to punk music, which is, to me, if you could. All right, here's the thing: if you could customize hell, this is getting pretty close.
That sounds pretty lame. Yeah.
No drugs, no alcohol, no tobacco, punk music.
I got a quick question. Do they play with any chords? This sounds like some of Robin's. Isaac, you don't know this.
Yeah,
Robin used to get together with his friends and play with Pokemon cards, and they used to have to do math to figure out who won.
I did.
And this was a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like even worse.
Yeah, this looks like
even worse. No drugs. I need drugs to listen to this.
I need you. You're telling me you hang out with these guys and no one's on drugs? Stop it.
You're telling me this guy got his entire side of his head tattooed and there's no drugs? Get out of here.
Yeah. I'll take a tattoo on the side of my head. We'll make sure I'll never get a job again. But no weed for me, sir. No,
sir. I wouldn't even think of it. No tobacco either. Get out of here.
Isaac, how do you feel about you're into music? How do you feel about punk as a genre?
You know what? I kind of say I grew up a little bit on it. You know, I was a huge fan in the 90s for sure. You know, some of the bands that were around then. But, you know, so I can't completely hate on it. And I also am a big fan of the Mohawk. I'm not going to lie.
The Mohawk is it's an interesting look. I like the punk idea, like the anti-authority thing, the rebellion thing, but the music is objectively terrible. Like, behold the things, though. We don't know how to play our instruments. Why is that good? Why is that a positive thing? Why the fuck you on stage?
Here's the other thing, right? Can I just say this for a second? I got to be honest. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. Sid Vicious wasn't on drugs. I mean, it just seems unlikely.
No. See, Rodney, this is where you're getting confused. 70s punk had some, I think it had some authenticity. What happened was in 1981, a band called Minor Threat wrote a song called Straight Edge where they talked about giving up alcohol and stuff. And then the rest of these dorks are like, yeah, I don't drink anymore either. Well, it's fucking lame, man. It's not rock and roll. It's terrible.
I had no idea.
Who knew?
This is the kind of things we learn. So, Isaac, just to give you an idea.
They pay for everything.
They certainly do.
It's ridiculous.
This looks pretty lame.
It was National Pasta Day, but I don't know how much we could have got out of pasta. Unless you guys have some real strong feelings about pasta.
Nah, I'm okay with pasta. I mean, I have some strong feelings about it, but they're all positive.
Me too.
Do you guys have a spaghetti day?
A spaghetti day? Well, I think Wednesdays.
It's usually Wednesdays, yeah. Usually Wednesdays around the steel house.
Oh, Isaac, do you know about the classic Filipino dish, which is Robin? Tell us about your favorite pasta over there.
Oh, right. Yeah. And in the Philippines, we have a very weird taste for sweet spaghetti with hot dogs, like chopped up hot dogs and sweet spaghetti. That's like our childhood dish.
Doesn't that sound
It's
like
weird.
When you say sweet spaghetti, is that just straight sugar mixed in, or how is it sweet?
Yeah. No, it's just like sugar.
Just granulated sugar poured on it? Or?
I feel like if you taste it now as an adult, it might be weird to you. But if you grew up eating it, it's actually quite nice.
Whoa. You're saying you just put sugar? I thought it was like a sugary tomato sauce. It's just sugar on pasta?
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sugary tomato sauce.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's like Chef Boyardee.
Yeah,
it's like Chef Boyardee.
Granulated sugar inside the spoon. That's
for a second I thought you were putting sugar on spaghetti and then chopping up hot dogs on it. And in that case, we need to bring you some freedom.
I used to work with a guy who was a really nice Jewish guy, and I remember watching him make noodles one time and put ketchup on it. And I said, "What in the hell is happening?" And he's like, "This is Jewish. This is Jewish spaghetti."
That's a Midwest thing. Oh,
yeah.
I'm glad we stumbled on this topic. So, Isaac, you're from Ohio, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In Cincinnati, don't they put like chili on spaghetti or some shit?
I was going to bring that up when Rodney just said that. Yeah, it's something that I have tried before. I'm not going to say I was a huge fan of it, but it is super popular in southern parts of Ohio.
No, and it's chili and it's cheese, right? Is that the idea?
It's chili and spaghetti, pretty much, or whatever else you want to put it on. But it's really all about the chili and spaghetti.
Is that why you left the state? You're like, fuck this.
I'm out.
Can't take it anymore.
Good reason.
He went into a restaurant. They offered it to him, and he said, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he packed his bags and he's like, "I'm out. It's done. That was it. I'm out of here."
Very understandable. I don't want to belabor the point too much on this, but don't you think they're trying too hard? Doesn't this come across as like, I like hair metal, but I think that's dialed back, and somehow this is worse than hair metal.
Yeah,
that is a long time to get ready for sure.
Yes, it is. Like everybody thinks my hair is ridiculous, but come on. All right, what else? All right, we gotta get to Isaac. What else is in the news? Let's blast through these.
Do we have anything good with the news? Is anything going on?
There are quite some good ones today. So we all know that fashion counterfeits have been around for quite a while. Apparently, I did not know this was a thing, but people now actually go to school for 8,000 hours just to be able to identify fashion fakes. Yeah. Honestly, I quite like the idea because what's stopping us from buying like counterfeits if it takes like an expert who studies for 8,000 hours to see the difference? So, I mean, they're all probably made in the same factory shop anyways. Would you guys buy a pair of Louis Vuittons?
Well, I won't. Isaac, how do you feel about high fashion?
I'm so cheap. I'll put it that way. Let me just put it that way. So the knockoffs really don't bother me.
They don't bother me. As a matter of fact, the whole thing is like they're saying what these bags cost $25,000. If your bag costs, if you spend $25,000 on a fucking bag, not only do I hope it's fake, I hope it explodes. Because there's no like, and again, I love capitalism. I love big houses, big pools, big cars, but those get better as you spend more money. Bags is just a fucking bag. It doesn't carry things any better. It's just so you have a bag, so another asshole goes, "Look at that bag. Look at these bags." Like, why is that? Why is that impressive?
I have a mentor, and he said to me one time, he goes, when I started, doing well in finance, he said, we were talking about that kind of stuff, and he said, when you have those things, it just shows that you're piss poor at managing your finances.
Right.
Because no one's ever going to pay you $25,000 for a $25,000 bag. I mean,
no, you drive a car off the lot, it loses 30%. You take a bag off the lot, it loses everything, right? You're not going to resell this thing for $25,000.
No.
What about a Rolex?
I'm glad you brought that up. Bags and watches to me are fucking useless because I carry this thing all the time. I need a watch. I need a $50,000 watch.
Well,
I mean, I'm not trying
to like my Apple Watch. People. I had a friend of mine say to me, he's like, "Oh, you don't wear a Rolex," and I said, "Well, does your Rolex talk? I can make a phone call. I can play the music. I want to watch a video."
You can't even get porn on a Rolex. What's the point? What?
Remember that watch Drake had, and people were like, "It's like $2 million," and it was like it has a text message across the top. I said, I hope he don't hear about my watch. I can call somebody on it, ask questions. He's gonna lose his mind.
I don't get it. Every time I see expensive bags, I'm reminded like these kind of people, and not that I know them, but they just seem like awful, disgusting people.
Now, who's the lady on the right? She just had cataract surgery.
Isn't that
I'm joking. It's one of the Kardashians, right? Isn't that her and her mom?
I think that's head of the Kardashians. That's the leader.
On the left or the right?
The left. It's the one that was.
Oh yeah,
married,
that's the mom, and then the one on the right is Kyrie or Kylie or Kaylee.
I think those bags were. This is from an
What are their
article that said those bags like $260,000.
No.
But it doesn't end there because I'm a curious fella. I looked up what the world's most expensive bag is. You're never gonna believe it. It's right here. This is the Guinness Book of World Record. This is a $3.8 million bag. It seems.
Oh my God. What is it made of?
It's made of 4,000 diamonds, including yellow, pink, and colorless stones. 381 carats. That's good, right? That's a lot of carats.
I feel like this is valuable, though. I feel like that would actually hold money.
Can I just say something though? I feel like if you had this bag, you're going to need a bag to put this bag in, so nobody steals the bag. You know what I mean?
Never gonna use this.
You're going to need like a bag. No one's going to want like a trash bag.
Right.
Right.
But you know why this is valuable? It's valuable not because it's a bag. It's valuable because it's covered in diamonds. If you covered a hot pocket, if you got a hot pocket and you put 4,000 diamonds, it would be a $3.8 million hot pocket. So the bag is sort of superfluous.
That's
right?
a good idea. I love Hot Pockets, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, Isaac, we're trying to get sponsored by Hot Pockets on this show. So if you know anyone in the Hot Pocket industry, you can send them our way. That would be great.
These two really do try.
Hot Pockets are a national treasure. Robin's never had a Hot Pocket. He just puts sugar on his spaghetti, and then he judges us.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we got?
Gotta have the Hot Pockets, man, and the mini Hot Pockets, the pizza rolls.
Oh,
yeah, the Totino's pizza rolls. Yeah.
You know what the move though? He's gonna bite off the corner and let the steam out. Otherwise, it's gonna burn the shit out of your mouth.
Or you could put them in the freezer for 3 minutes.
I did that.
Yeah. Oh, you put them in the freezer? Oh man.
For only 3 minutes, and then you can do whatever you want. You can go crazy.
So 3 minutes gets them to edible temperature.
Because the outside still is cold then, but the inside is ready for you. So it's like, wow, that's cold. It's good. It's a good ratio.
You are a patient man.
Yeah,
I am. I mean, I have a couple. I wolf a couple down and just suffer the pain.
There you go.
Hot Pocket. I do, man. Now you have me questioning myself. I think I like pizza rolls better than Hot Pockets. They're just so good and they're small. You get a million of them.
Oh, yeah. You don't feel as bad, right? When you eat 6 Hot Pockets, you're like, damn, that's a lot of Hot Pockets. When you eat 3 bags of Totino's pizza rolls, you're like, they're so tiny. Who knows?
Exactly. Feel like you're supposed to.
Yeah, they're fun size. Yeah, that's a good point.
Should give them away for Halloween. Everyone take one pizza roll.
Wait,
the adults will be like, absolutely.
Are you cooking them? Or you giving them away frozen so they can eat them later?
You know what? I would say this: hold it in your hand long enough, and it's an experiment. It'll be ready to eat.
Okay. Oh, we got a lot of mileage out of pizza rolls there. That's good. All right. What else? What else do we got?
So car makers now are in full transition to zero emission cars. So we've actually solved the arguments of electric vehicles on the Eric and Ronnie show. If anything, the switch is actually less environment friendly because eventually we just ship our old cars to Africa. And they end up being reused anyways. So another limitation of electric vehicles is it's limited to the charging infrastructure. The story we're talking about today is how a group of students from Eindhoven, which is in the Netherlands, have manufactured the first solar-powered off-road vehicle. They tested it this year in Morocco, and it went through all the challenges with no problems. The only problem I can think of with a solar-powered vehicle is what if it gets cloudy?
I have a few problems. Can I go first?
I would love you to, yeah.
You said these guys were engineers. They need to get with the design department and get back to us. This looks terrible.
This design isn't speaking to you? You don't like this?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I thought it was a Nissan.
They need some room for the solar panels.
Yeah. Well, this begs the question: why did it take us so long to strap a fucking solar panel to a car and solve all the world's problems? Why are we that? It took 22 students from the Netherlands to come up with this idea.
Which is a bigger question. What the hell's Elon been doing?
I used to say we needed cars that ran on salt water because we had a lot of that, but I'm a fucking moron. It turns out it's just the sun. The sun was there the whole time. Everybody, we don't need to dig up fossil fuels anymore. It's the sun.
It looks like a hearse from Tron.
And where's all the goats? What are they, a goat farm?
I don't know what's happening.
Maybe it's your runoff goat poop.
Oh, goat shit. Yeah, there's an abundance of that. Here's the thing though. They tested it. They really hammer tested it. It went 621 miles across the Sahara. Not bad. So, but if you were just to own one of these, it goes 90 miles an hour, which is not bad for a fucking electric car. And it you can go up to 441 miles a day. Who drives more than that besides like long haul truckers?
Yeah, pretty impressive.
I think we just got to do away with cars.
Well, why don't we all just buy one of these? Or can we retrofit ours? Can we just strap a solar panel to the top of a Kia Soul? How's that? Why is that a problem? Do we know?
Yeah,
I haven't soon.
It's a third more efficient than they thought it would be, and it weighs 25% less than the average SUV. There's no problems with this thing.
Wow.
I know.
It looks terrible.
The appearance.
It looks terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. The appearance. Yes, it does look
Yeah,
like a hearse from Tron.
horrendous.
Other than looking like absolute shit, the thing is a gem.
It is actually interesting.
Can you imagine never having okay, I think it should probably maybe have a small gasoline reserve just in case shit goes south. You know, it rains for 2 months. But other than that, 90 miles an hour.
They're like, it did great on the Sahara. I wonder how.
Is that all trunk space, or is it just there?
It's just solar panels.
Is that trunk
It
space?
looks like one of those. Do you guys have funeral cars?
Hearses.
Hearses, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he said. It looks like a hearse from Tron.
What do you guys call hearses over there? Oh, you've never heard of them?
Not that. No.
Really?
What do you call them then?
Funeral cars.
You put the dead bodies on the back of a rickshaw? Robin, you gotta get them. Listen, guys.
Here. Yes.
Funeral cars. Yeah, it's a hearse, man. Because
It
it has those weird things. You know what I mean? Those I don't know what those things are on the side of it. So I think that's like the designation.
The decorations on the side?
Well, like the leather panels, right? It has like those things, right? Am I crazy? Isn't that right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happens if we drive it through a hailstorm? I don't know. Why? Solar panel sensitive? Why don't you put the glass on the top of like the cell phone? These things can't be broken. Bada bingo, bada
Well,
bing.
you know the story with that is that they could be broken, and then Steve Jobs flipped out about 2 or 3 days before it was ready to launch and said, "I want Gorilla Glass on it," and they had to redo everything.
No, thank God for Steve Jobs. May he rest in peace. What were we just saying? Something.
We were talking about solar cars.
Solar cars. All right. Well, I think we drove that into the ground. Get it? Oh, this was my idea. Why don't we start a hearse business in the Philippines? They obviously don't have them. They obviously have dead people. Think about it. Robin?
Isaac, you might not know this, okay, but we're going to teach you a lesson that we didn't know. We can't even believe it's true, but Robin has assured us. Divorce is illegal in the Philippines.
Did you know that?
That's true.
Yep. Right, Robin?
Illegal.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
You really better
Closest
get it
you
right.
can get to is an annulment, but not the same thing.
What's grounds for annulment? You come home and your wife hasn't put sugar on the spaghetti right, and you're like, Jesus Christ, again?
That's reason enough. We don't fuck around with the spaghetti here.
I'm getting a fucking annulment, and then you go.
She
I
didn't
don't know.
use the raw sugar. She used the
Splenda.
bad stuff. Yeah, the Splenda, the aspartame. That's right. You know what
She put stevia on my tortellini, and I'm not having it, Judge. All
Get
right.
out!
Okay,
That's
what
the
else?
blue
We got?
one. I think that's the blue packet.
The blue packet's gross. Just eat sugar.
Yeah,
Well,
so you say ambulance over there, or do you say sick car?
That's the death car. That's the sick car.
That's a good one.
No.
What do you got? You got an
What do you
ambulance?
say,
That
Robin?
was a good one.
That's a good one. He
I
got you.
don't know. I don't know what we called him.
The whole country names
sick
things
car's
like
good, though.
morons. The sick car? All right. What's next?
So I'm not sure if y'all are big fans of the Olympics. I don't know why, but at least from my perspective, like the Olympics always seems to get overshadowed in the media. So there are some new and upcoming sports like pickleball.
No, it didn't get included, I don't think. No,
Yeah.
sir. I already read
No.
it didn't get included
No.
in the 2028 games.
really?
No, sir.
I know.
I'm a big
terrible.
pickleball guy, Isaac. Professional almost. Not really, but
Unfortunate.
I want to be. Go on.
So the sports they're including to the Olympics are flag football, baseball, softball, and lacrosse. Apart from lacrosse,
Flag football.
Yeah, do you want to see
Yeah.
our,
Saturday after a couple of cold boys.
I know, do you want to see our the United States Olympic flag football team? Here they are.
please.
You know why? Because it's a game for children. It's not a real sport. Why are we including this in the fucking Olympics? And then I got to thinking, The Olympics is so goddamn boring. Like, who gives a shit? There's no credibility. Do you really want to watch shot put? You want to watch somebody shot put? Is that going to get you off? So then I was thinking, go ahead.
Is this the 49ers team?
This is the 49ers AAA.
Starting lineup.
I'll tell you this.
That's a good-looking gang, but I don't know how good they're going to be.
Well, the rest of the world doesn't know how to play flag football, so these kids are going to kick the shit out of them. It's going to be amazing.
That's true.
I didn't know they played that worldwide.
It's shocking. But then I was thinking other sports that I wanted to see maybe in the Olympics. I figured if we're doing flag football, freeze tag would be a good one. Robin, did you ever play freeze tag?
You know, there's a professional freeze tag. It's on Ocho. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know
There's like
that.
these obstacles. It's like parkour, and these guys will be like, "You're in," and then you have to chase them. It's so crazy. You have like 30 seconds.
I have seen
It's like jumping on and hiding and shit. It's crazy.
Okay, so there are professional freeze taggers.
Yeah, there are.
It's not called freeze tag. It's called tag. But yeah, it's
okay.
You know, they don't freeze. If you get them, you get a point. If you don't get them, they get a point.
You know what I like about this picture too is I had a hard time finding freeze tag pictures. This was the best one because it said it. But this is from BibleGameCentral.com. Was freeze tag in the Bible? Did they mention it? Was that?
That's right.
All the apostles would get together on a Saturday afternoon and play freeze tag.
It's a holy sport.
Sounds about right.
It's a holy sport. John the Baptist, you couldn't catch him. He was so fucking fast. He never got frozen, not once.
It was like a Holy Ghost.
That's what they called him on the freeze tag court. Okay, so freeze tag I want in. I thought this too. Competitive mayonnaise eating. Did you know this is a thing?
Is that real? Oh my God, I would throw up. That's so gross.
That sounds sick.
This is a screenshot from the woman who has the world record. She ate 5 jars of mayonnaise in 4 minutes.
Oh my God.
That's impressive.
What's wrong with her?
I know.
Yikes.
So I think they should be an Olympic sport, obviously, right? Okay. And I thought we need something for the nerds. So what about Mario Kart? Mario Kart as an Olympic event? Don't you think that would be good?
Have you seen virtual reality racing?
No. Is it
where it's not virtual, but it's like they race those drones. It's like, or no, VR racing. They race the drones, and it's like the things are so tiny.
Do they have blue turtle shells that would fuck everybody up? Because that's a big part of Mario Kart.
And bananas, remember?
And bananas.
I would love to play this in the Olympics.
Wouldn't that be amazing? And it would be great if it was just the original Mario Kart. Like the new ones are great, but you have to play the 64 edition.
64 is good. This and GoldenEye.
Yeah, I was gonna say GoldenEye. They had a really
Olympic
good soundtrack
GoldenEye.
on GoldenEye too.
Oh my God, that would see. Now we're talking, and this is my last suggestion. Professional Filipino modeling. Robin, what do you think? Robin, I tell you what, you were shooting for the gold.
I'd win every year. Yeah.
This Robin Valdez is the greatest Filipino model in the history of modeling. How did we get you?
I don't know. Robin paid me off quite a bit.
Over here on the right, you see here he's a proud Cleveland Indian fan.
Oh yeah, you see that?
He was in a cult apparently.
Oh my God!
Top there, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
And he hasn't called on yet that they're now called the Cleveland Guardians or Guardians, right?
Guardians now, yes.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say Indians anymore. So Robin, when you visit the United States,
burn that jersey.
I wasn't aware that was like a band T-shirt until I came on the show.
You better
and these
find
two
out.
Explained it to me. Yeah.
You're safe over there in your monoculture, but once you come over here, there's people of all shades and colors. It's going to be scary for you.
I don't know. One last thing I have on this story: flag football, baseball, and softball, aren't they all kind of like the same sport, just using a different ball?
I mean, well, baseball and softball are largely the same sport with a slightly larger ball,
a bigger ball, and a slower pitch.
Yeah, although they throw it very fast. Those
the underhanded.
Underhand. Yeah. Oh my God. Flag football.
Yeah, that's tough.
Flag football is not the same sport at all.
Okay.
But,
completely different.
Yeah, flag football. I don't remember playing flag football using a bat. Oh, that's lacrosse. That's lacrosse. You're getting confused. It's lacrosse you use the bat with. That's
lacrosse. Right. Yeah. I don't know how you play lacrosse either. I've tried to pay attention. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Complicated me as well.
Yeah. Here's what bothers me about the Olympics too is that you know how like the United States sucks at soccer, and I've said this before, but it's because our best athletes don't play soccer. Our best athletes play basketball and football. If like prime LeBron James played soccer, he would be the greatest soccer player of all time. If Tyreek Hill played soccer, he would be the best soccer player of all time. Our greatest athletes, soccer's like 20th down the list. We play Mario Kart before we play soccer. So, you know, we could be a lot better. I'll tell you one sport we're going to dominate on, though. We're gonna fucking crush flag football in the Olympics. They're gonna be the dream team. Oh my god.
There's no way.
No way. Yeah. Argentina.
Isaac, you want to know something funny? So one of my friends said to me, he goes, Lionel Messi came here, or how do you say his name? And I said, oh man. I said, he's retired over here. They go, no, he's playing soccer. I said, we have a team. I didn't even know we had a soccer team. Apparently there's an entire league. And David Beckham's here too, and he owns a team. I had no idea. I thought they were still playing in for Madrid or wherever Ronaldo is now. Who's he playing for? The terrorists? I mean, Saudi Arabia? Who's he playing for? Qatar?
You're gonna get us canceled. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry. Do you like soccer? I mean, you're wearing a football jersey or a football sweat. There's no way you like soccer, right?
Oh no, I played it when I was a kid, and I just wasn't very good at it. It was back in my chubby days, so I spent a lot of time just kind of looking at the sky and grass.
Yeah.
But it was good. You know, parents tried to get you out there to, be active. But I enjoyed football way more.
Oh, football! It's a man's sport. It's a manly American sport. Soccer sucks.
Yeah, just a lot of running, and that's a lot of running.
Well, that's the thing. The field is the size of Connecticut. There's 55 people on you can't score. Like 1-0 is a high scoring game. That's a terrible sport.
Right.
Honestly, it is.
Or there's a tie, right?
Oh, a tie. Oh, I got a tie. Stop it. All right. What else do we got? I think we only have time for one.
Okay.
Oh, we can do the golf thing too, real quick. But
Yeah, it's quite quick. So real quick before I get into this one, can I get your opinion first? Do you guys consider Will Smith a national treasure? Just so I can kind of get an idea how far I go down this rabbit hole.
I used to before he slapped a superior national treasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, Will.
to be fair, it's been quite some time since Will Smith did a good movie. So anytime he actually comes on the spotlight now, it's always something family related or related to his dramatic wife. So there's drama again, and apparently they've been separated already for 7 years. I don't know if they're divorced though. Are they?
No, she said she can't
No, I
divorce
don't
him
think so.
because he's like, yeah, he's cute or something. But I'm so sick of these two. Like I liked Will Smith, but then he slapped Chris Rock, who's one of the greatest comedians of all time.
A national treasure.
A national treasure. And I hate that he's associated with that slap now. Like it should be, he has two of the greatest comedy specials of all time. Bring the Pain and Bigger and Blacker are top 10, hands down, can't be argued. And now this fucking guy, he tainted an image of Chris Rock, and it bothers the shit out of me.
Yeah, I've always wanted a sequel to the Never-Ending Story, but I didn't know it would be this.
I know it's there. Just
That was a good one. That was a good one.
And here's the other thing: is like, all right, Robin, you bring up the work of Will Smith. Yeah, it's been a while. He just won an Oscar for a movie nobody saw. But then like Jada Pinkett, I was wondering, like, what the fuck has she done? So I looked it up. This is Jada Pinkett's filmography. All right, I'll give her Menace to Society. I think she came out hot. Nutty Professor, great. But man,
That was a great movie. Nutty Professor. That was a good movie.
Nutty Professor's fucking fantastic. Dave Chappelle is hilarious in that.
Collateral was good too.
Shit. What's
You
that?
ever see Collateral? That's a really good movie. Jamie Foxx is in that too. He's amazing. And Tomcat Cruise was in it.
Well, she was in Magic Mike XXL, so I guess we got to give her that.
What
Scream
is this woo here?
What's that?
1998 Woo.
Yeah, woo.
Oh yeah.
Didn't that win the Academy Award?
She was in Ali. I didn't know she was in Ali.
No, I didn't know that either. She must. Well, I wonder how she got that role.
I like that movie, A Low Down Dirty Shame. I thought it was funny.
Some gems
Funny.
in it.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
But you got to
Do you
say,
guys know how?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do you guys know how influencer boxing is a thing now? I wish like celebrities that have beef with each other would like hash it out in the ring. I think people would pay for that, right?
Oh, you want somebody to fight? Yeah, I'd like to pay to see Chris Rock versus Jada Pinkett Smith. That'd be great. Set it off, Queen Latifah.
Wait, what was the movie that Will Smith won for? It was King Richard. Was that it or no?
Yeah.
King Richard, yeah.
I thought that movie was pretty good.
I didn't see it, but I like. I miss Independence Day. Will Smith. No, that's who I.
This
like.
is the thing, though, I would say about that movie, right? Is that it was a great script. Do you know what I mean? Like I was going to watch that movie regardless of who played him because I like Serena and Venus. I don't care who played. If Jamie Foxx played, I would watch it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I could have played the role. I'm joking, but anybody could have, and you would watch that movie because it's their story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was gonna be good regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Getting me hyped up on it now. I need to
Yeah.
watch.
I just don't
It's
know
good.
why. So they've been separated for 6 years, and you still slapped Chris Rock over a nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to reconcile that one still too after finding out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that is shocking. I thought they were surely together.
I know. It's a shame. All right, listen, it's almost Isaac time, but do you want to watch the stupid Las Vegas Globe making fun of a golfer? You want to see this?
Yeah, that's a quick
I
one.
love this video.
Production value on the show is second to none. All right, here we go.
We need 200 people.
Is now going viral on social media after the new Sphere Arena in Las Vegas appeared to react to his drive. And apparently the Sphere was not impressed. Take a look.
Oh, I don't think he likes it. All right. He doesn't like it at all.
Did you see it? The Sphere has a massive LED screen and can be programmed to do just about anything. What makes it worse, this happened at the Wynn Golf Club, which is also known as one of the most expensive courses in the world.
There you go. That's a cute little way to wrap up the news, isn't it? Good job, Robin.
You know who owns that? You know who owns that thing is James Dolan, the guy that owns the Knicks.
Oh, really? That thing's
And,
fucking incredible.
and everybody and nobody likes him. He owns MSG. He used to own Cablevisions here in New York, but he owns the Knicks, he owns the Rangers, and he owns Madison Square Gardens, and he owns that thing.
Why does he have so much money? What did he do before?
He's rich. His father. But the other thing is too, right, is that he has a band called JD and the Long Shots or the Short Shots or something, and they're like not very good because he's the lead singer, and he tried to open for Billy Joel, and they were like, but it's funny because he owns MSG. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
like,
right.
Yeah.
Hear me
He's
out.
just like a
Instead of
clown.
opening for
Everybody
Billy
wants
Joel,
to sell.
But if you own Madison Square Garden, can't you just be like, I'm having a concert Friday night? You don't have to open for anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
What I was thinking is I would be like, listen, in the middle of, I'm being serious now. If I'd be like, you know what, in the middle, I'm going to sing the national anthem at the game.
Yeah, every night.
Are you going to leave? You guys going to leave? Get out of here then. You know what I mean? Eventually they'll be like, damn, this guy's pretty good. You know, he's got it.
That's actually a better approach.
Yeah, isn't it? Just do some stand up before the next game. So it'll be great. You'll get good. You're just gonna work in the
Yeah, 5 years from now, no
oh,
one will
you'll be
leave.
hilarious. You'll be Chris Rock. All right, listen, Isaac Gordon. Oh man, do I have questions for you, my friend? Where do we start? You have so much going on that it's
You
hard
have a
to wrap
lot.
my dumb head around.
You
So,
have some really good artists.
yeah, but do you want to give us the whole origin story? You want to give us a little superhero origin story?
Man, I don't even know how far back you want me to go.
To the very beginning,
To the very, very beginning.
conception. Walk me through that.
Fourth score. And I grew up in Akron, Ohio, and nobody knew where that was until LeBron happened.
That's
And
right.
so I used to just
That's
tell
right.
people I was from Cleveland because there was no way everybody was going to research Akron.
No.
But I grew up in Akron and just always loved music, always loved football. Just, always kind of followed my passion. That was that sort of guy, and ended up in a hip hop group. When I was in high school, we actually had a song on the radio when I was like in 11th grade. And that was really kind of my spark. That and seeing Crisscross at the IX Center and seeing their manager run around behind the stage. I was like more focused on their manager than them on the stage.
Wow.
And it was just like the passion behind that. I was like, that's what I want to do. And so,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was in a hip hop group and then decided to get into radio and TV. And that's just we kind of went full circle. So, went to school after high school and, got into communications, ended up graduating from the Ohio Center for Broadcasting and moved to, Philadelphia. And that's where I kind of got my feet wet in radio. And during that time, started managing bands in and around Philadelphia and just kind of fell back in love with music after going into radio. My reason for kind of going into radio was just kind of thought that was a path to music. And, being from Ohio, there wasn't any record labels or any place to go really work for. And so we had Ohio Center for Broadcasting. And I always also wanted to go to Full Sail, which kind of ended up in my story a little later. So after I started managing bands in and around Philadelphia, I decided to go to school for it and went to school for music business and entertainment business, did their online program while I was working in TV and radio. And that was kind of the turning point for me because I just decided that I was really done with the communications degree field. And I cashed out my 401k. And my husband, who believed in me, we both left Philadelphia, moved to New York, and I got internships after I graduated from Full Sail and ended up getting an internship for this lady by the name of Heather Reynolds. Learned a lot under her. She represented artists like Lorraine Bracco and Ida Menzel and Paul Sparks and Ben Platt. And this was during Frozen while she had it. So I just learned a lot about TV and film and theater and all of that. And then I got another internship at Universal Attractions Agency. And that's when I really started to cut my teeth booking for music acts and acts like Naughty by Nature and Kid and Play and all of the kind of old school 90s acts. And all
the best music.
Exactly. Stuff that I grew up on. So
me too.
It was really a dream come true, full circle. And then just kind of from that moment on, I had my management company that I had started when I was living in Philadelphia before I ended up going to school. And so I would get these demos while I was in New York of artists that I just thought were amazing that I couldn't really service or help. And so, they were just baby artists. I couldn't really book them at the bigger agency. So really out of ignorance, I just kind of sent them over to my management company and said, hey, you guys want to book these baby acts that I can't really help. And so some of the people that were helping me over there started booking these acts. And, like I said, out of ignorance, these acts ended up growing. Some of them were like Taking the Bangers, who ended up going to win NPR's Tiny Desk contest, or like Lost Dog Street Band, who ended up growing. Or I think we also worked with the Real AK and Benny the Butcher very early. So it was just like that kind of grew, and the artist kind of grew in the background while I was working at an agency. And then fast forward, it just became a conflict of interest. And in 2018, I had to step away and start my own business. And that's what I kind of been doing ever since. So
nice.
You know what I like about your story, because I read a bunch of interviews with you too, when people generally say who their musical influences are, it's like bands that are obscure, and I'm like, oh yeah, I love them. You're like, yeah, you listen to a lot of Madonna, Michael Jackson, Stevie Nicks, Devo, and now Criss Cross. I'm like, thank God. Finally somebody names bands people fucking know.
Yeah, you're right about that. People will be like, there's a Spanish artist that plays the mandolin. You've never heard of him. You're absolutely right. Never heard of him.
Yeah. You know the bassist for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra? Absolutely. He's fantastic.
Incredible.
It's fucking Criss Cross. That's who inspired people.
Got to feel smart about it. It's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I grew up on all that stuff. Really, it was my older sisters that did that to me, playing Devo over and over again, and Madonna and Michael Jackson and Stevie Nicks.
Remember Whip It?
Love. Oh my God. Well, from Akron. So you got Devo's from Akron. Yeah. You had Chrissy Hines and the Pretenders, all of that stuff. So that's what I kind of grew up on, just from listening to them and then listening to the radio. So yeah, very, very much pop music, you could say.
I didn't know Devo was from Ohio. I thought they were from space. They seem very odd. they seem not of
another place.
Yeah. I just assumed they weren't human, but Ohio, who knew? So can you walk me through, like, what does a manager do? You have, hold on, I took notes on my phone. So you're into talent management, distribution, marketing, PR, talent buying, event planning, and production. That's a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, pretty much. I just say artist services, because we just cover a lot of pretty much what talent would need in order to succeed, so to speak. So if you're an artist, we offer management, we offer booking, we offer touring. And then I say artist services, which really just covers, distribution, marketing, publicity, all of those sort of things. And a lot of that is sourced through some of the partnerships we have with some of the sister companies and friends that we have throughout the industry. We just kind of share resources and work on nurturing and building artists, because it's not really done by record labels anymore. It has to be done pretty much on the streets, and artists need to be just ready. So we're kind of working to fill in that gap and really help developing artists reach that next level properly.
Gotcha. So what's the split between, so you said somewhere that the best way to get new clients is word of mouth, but I would imagine you also want to be proactive about finding new talent. So is there a split where people like, I want you to represent me or whatever, and then you going out and hunting? Because I love these stories real quick. I know that was a part 2 to that question is like Quincy Jones, David Geffen, and Clive Davis. Those 3 documentaries are fucking amazing when they tell stories about finding these acts. Like that, like stumbling upon Guns N' Roses must have been like, geez, what the fuck is this? So,
right. Yeah, no, inventing David Geffen, really good. He's one of definitely people I've looked up to. I think there's a mix. Obviously, for us, it's always great when we hear from a promoter or a venue owner that says, "Hey, you should check out this band. They just sold 200 tickets on a Tuesday night." Obviously, that's like, oh, it really gets you excited. You want to go check out that band. Or if you hear like, a friend say, "I was just at a show. You should really see these guys live. It was amazing." Obviously, those sort of introductions seem a little bit more golden than others, but every now and then we'll get an email, from somebody and it stands out, or every now and then we'll just stumble across a relationship with maybe a manager that represents somebody else. So it just kind of all depends, it's so many different ways, but we're proactive about it. We don't just sit on our hands and wait. We're obviously out talent scouting and looking, especially being a boutique agency. But for the most part, I would say it's a mix, and we try to keep our ears to the street as much as we can.
Gotcha. So I'm going to pull up a screen share because normally with people's logos, I can capture it and that's enough, but yours just keeps going on, and there's no way I can screen capture all your fucking artists. So there's a lot of them. Like, okay, I kind of hate you because I was up last night because when I was looking at your page, I was reminded of people like Bizarre from D12. I was like, I fucking used to love this guy, and I forgot he existed. Like, nothing against him, I just forgot. So last night I listened like, oh, he's fucking hilarious. And then Juvenile, I reference back that ass up every day of my life.
We like that song.
Oh, it's huge.
I like Manny Fresh too.
You gotta watch the Tiny Desk concert. It's
I know, right? And Juvenile's resurfaced, rejuvenated in a sense, his career. And a lot of these are just relationships that I've had, from just working. I wouldn't say that they're exclusive relationships, but we bring them work. We're direct relationships, and so I'm just really blessed to just know these people and have them allow me to bring them business. I'll say that. So. But yeah, Juvenile's, obviously a legend. Being from Akron, Ohio, we grew up on the Hot Boys. That was like the thing back then. BG, Manny Fresh, all of it. Lil Wayne, Big Wayne. Lil Wayne, still Lil Wayne, but he's Big Wayne now. But yeah, those. It's just really been a blessing to work with a lot of my childhood idols and some of those people. So very thankful.
Well, if you think about their trajectory, right? Like, I just say this, like, I remember listening to the Hot Boys, right? And like, they were incredible. But then if you look at the trajectory, right? And then Wayne was huge in the 2000s and the 2000 whatever era. Mm-hmm. And then it's Nicki Minaj and Drake. What I mean is if they had never been the Hot Boys, who knows what would have happened, right? Because Wayne literally has had an influence, if you think about it, over the last, 20, 30 years, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. I always think about that, right? Like how influential that, like just the Hot Boys, like people are like, oh, I love Wayne. There's no Wayne without the Hot Boys. There's certainly no Drake or Nicki Minaj or any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Weekend, none of them.
Interesting to think about how those like tracks of music, even going back to Dre, obviously you could say it with him as well.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, it's really fun to look at that too.
Absolutely. Can I get your opinion on something? This doesn't really have to do with your work exactly, but since you're in the space. So speaking of Chris Rock, national treasure, one of the greatest comedians of all time, he has this line about comedy, and I think it's brilliant. He says comedy rots. And I think what he means by that is like, I love Richard Pryor and George Carlin in theory, but I don't laugh when I see their shit because it's just, you had to be alive in the 70s to really feel that zeitgeist. Lenny Bruce. Fucking, a monster in the game. Objectively not funny. Like you could listen to Lenny Bruce for an hour. Back then, though, if you were to cuss on stage, they were like, oh my God, it was so cutting edge. I think comedy rots, much in the way I'll say this, Bigger and Blacker and Bring the Pain, seminal, they've informed my view of comedy. But if I showed an 18-year-old, they wouldn't think it's funny at all because it was 25 years old, they can't relate. Rap, I think, has a little bit of that same problem where I think rap rots faster than certain other genres, because while I was going through that, I was like, fucking, I love Bizarre. You never hear about him anymore. Busy Bone, I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. That seems to have been totally passed by. It seems like rap moves so fast. And like Juvenile was huge, but when was the last Juvenile hit? You know, like Aerosmith had hits for 30 years. It just seems like rock and roll tended to hold on to itself longer, and rap moves so quickly that it sort of rots the way comedy does. Do you think that's the case?
That's a really good point, and it's hard for me to argue with that, to be honest with you, especially when you look at other genres. And even today, when you look at the top charts, like rap did not even chart number one at all in 2023, at least from what I was reading some other reports. So is it on a decline? I don't know. Is it reinventing itself? Maybe that's a thing too. I don't know. I think it is one of those genres that you can say does reinvent itself so often that it's kind of hard for it to kind of continue that same track.
Yeah.
But then I could look at artists that have been able to successfully reinvent themselves along with hip hop. Because I mean, for every artist that you just mentioned, I could say Snoop.
Yeah.
Around
Drake. You could say Drake. Wayne.
Drake's been around for a while now. Wayne's been around. You could say Jay-Z's been around for
Jay-Z's been around forever.
There's a lot you could still say that have kind
Eminem.
of still making their mark, their input. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could reverse it. There's a million one-hit wonder rock and roll bands too. I just think rap, I think it's less about, I don't think it's less prevalent at all. I think it reinvents itself so quickly that it seems to be always something new. Whereas like guitar based, drum based rock and roll was here for 30 years. It was very almost stagnant in a way. Whereas rap just is constantly evolving and changing. And it's it's interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even when you look at some of the indie music that's out, you could honestly say some of the stuff that is coming out now, why not? It could have came out in 2003. Kind of, I mean, you can't really tell the difference, but rap, you definitely know. This is this era, this is this era, so there's different eras to it. And I think it's just about those artists that can survive those era changes, and there's only so many of them.
Yeah. I'm a huge DMX fan. I've said this before in the show, but when DMX died, I got more condolence texts from like my grandparents died. No one gave a shit. DMX died and everybody's like, I'm so sorry. Like he is my North Star when it comes to, and so I hold I just like angry, sort of like socially relevant rap. And I don't hear, I like, how do you feel about Run the Jewels?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, very, driven in a message, and I think that, you have to, in a sense, when you listen to music like that, it's either you're all in or you can't kind of be half in.
Right.
So it's kind of like you have to. And so for me, I would say I'm kind of split down the middle. There's some tracks that I like. There's some things that I like. There's some things I feel like maybe a little too much, but that's just me. So I wouldn't say that I would connect with everything, but I do appreciate their music and and especially Mike, what he's done. So I think there's different artists. So
I love Killer Mike. You know what I like is late in life success stories, because they got famous in their 40s. I'm hoping to eventually become get 8 more years, but no,
that's sort of hip hop and music in general. I mean, we work with Onyx, and it's very much that just hype.
I saw
in
that.
your face, that's the stuff that I love too.
There's no justice. There's just us. Remember?
Yeah.
I love it.
What do you guys feel about UK rap? For me, like the accent just ruins it for me. I wonder why it never.
There's rappers in the UK.
Yeah.
What about what's it, Bia? I like her.
I'm struggling to come up with a UK rapper. Who can you give us some examples, Robin?
Yeah.
It's why I don't like Drake. I can't take Canadian rappers seriously.
Where's what is his name from? He just did a collab with Drake, or album with Drake. Oh my God. I can't think of his name. I think he might be from England.
Okay. Well, while you come up with that,
well, I think of his.
We're gonna go.
I can't think of his name.
It's hard to think of a good UK rapper. It is.
All right, we're gonna scroll through your talent list because this thing fascinates me. If you don't mind, is that okay? Hold on, please, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves. Again, the production value on this show. You know what we need is a producer. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, that would be nice.
I know. Okay,
Robin, that would be nice, Robin Valdez.
all right, can you see this?
Yeah.
Look.
There it is.
Oh my. Okay. You're familiar. Bizarre and Busy Bone. These are the two that got me last night. I said I love Bone Thugs and Harmony, but goddamn, that guy's story is fucking crazy. I don't know if
You also have
remember.
Asher Roth. Remember him?
Yeah, I like college. I love college. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
That's
Yeah.
the man.
Bobby Shmurda,
Mm.
Bun B.
It's insane. Look at how's it keep we're only on D.
Good relationship.
Raz.
Actually. One of my agents.
DJ Who Kid? Like, what the fuck? Do you know all these people?
A lot of them are my agents' connections. They went out and recruited and built their own rosters. But yeah, majority of this is, stuff that I do know, or people I do know or have relationships with.
Juvenile. Oh my god. Oh, the other thing I did want to hold on. My brother-in-law is a huge Boot Camp Click fan, and you have Smith.
Yeah,
and
they're
Wesson on here.
amazing.
Mm-hmm. We're still on the R's. Oh my god, man! How do you?
Remember when they opened up Funkmaster Flex's second tape? What was it, Volume 2?
Yes, I
Like
do.
the B side or the second side? I'm old.
There they are.
I had it on a tape.
This is
What was
just
your first record?
My first record is Michael Jackson,
Mm.
and then my first CD was Digital Underground.
Ah, okay.
What
My
was
first
yours?
song was Beastie Boys, Paul Revere. That was my first 45.
Nice,
Mm.
nice.
I'm too young for records, but I believe my first CD was Poison's "Look What the Cat Dragged In." I love hair metal. I love it, love it, love it. I love DMX and fucking Poison. Those are they really speak.
Imagine
my-
if they had gone on tour together.
Robin, what's your first?
I don't have the first because I'm from a different generation. When I grew up and I started getting into music, we already had LimeWire.
Mm.
Do you guys remember what LimeWire was?
I
Yes.
do remember Lime
Yeah, it
Wire.
was the quickest
Yeah.
way. It's the quickest way to destroy your computer.
True.
Yeah, I was
You'd
also a
be
huge
trying to
fan of
play
that.
Jay-Z's out, and you'd be like, "What's that pop
yeah.
up? What happened?" Be like, "Mom."
What was your first illegal download?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. I hope it was Metallica. Remember those
It's not
guys? That
music.
wrote everything? What do we think about the Tupac situation? Do we think that the guy killed? Do we know? I don't know.
Are we still talking about Jada, or is this?
Did Jada kill
No,
Tupac?
yeah.
Just-
She came down and she came. I think did she release a book or she did a show or something? I think it's a book, but she said that. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. I like Tupac, but she said he had alopecia, and I was thinking like,
Tupac had alopecia?
well, that's what she said. I don't know, but I'm just thinking to
claims,
myself like, she's like, he didn't want anybody to know, and I'm thinking like, I mean,
So what?
I don't care. I mean, I'm not.
Then why
I mean, I'm not
spill the
insensitive,
beans?
but like, who
Yeah.
cares? You know what I mean?
I feel the need to
It was
bring
like
this
a
up every time, but Robin doesn't like Tupac.
Oh yeah, Robin does it.
Oh Lord.
Well, you
Here
got
we
to
are.
apply now.
I just don't know how anyone could not like Tupac Shakur. It hurts my soul. It's like
Did
it's
you
like
like Biggie? Is that what it was? Were you part of the?
No.
Did you put songs?
Although I like Biggie's music, I just feel like Tupac is really good for a live performance. Very dramatic, very theatrical, but just like it's not something I would listen to every day.
Oh, okay.
as opposed to who's on
I
your top
would.
five yet? I
Probably little Uzi Vert.
is that who Robin
Oh
was?
come on.
I got to be honest. Like my least favorite rappers, if that's what you want to surprise, is Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm in no way a rapper. I'm better than he is. He's terrible. And what is the other Joker's name? And he mumbles. I can't think of his name. You know who I do think is amazing though is Future. I do like Future. Future's amazing to me.
Isaac, since you're in the business, can you give us? I asked this question of a lot of people, but they're fucking amateurs and nobody cares about their answers. But you're in it, so can I ask you if you were trapped on a desert island and you could only bring the complete works of 5 different musical bands / artists?
Oh.
Who are they? For the
God,
rest of eternity, you're on one island.
that's terrible.
I know.
Oh, man, that's such a hard question.
And the Eric and Rodney show entire collection, you can't say that one. A lot of people say that one.
No, a lot of
That's
people
not
say they
bad.
would take this podcast
That's
with
right.
them, but we say that's against the rules.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Too
I would-
obvious an answer.
I would probably pick something from like each era, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe that would remind me about different parts of my life. So maybe like the Beastie Boys or from the 80s, or maybe a Madonna album from the 80s or something like that. And then
listen, you can just pick Madonna. You get all her albums. You pick one artist, you get everything.
Oh yeah, you get all the albums. That's right.
Maybe Michael Jackson from the 90s. Then I don't know, man. This is tough.
Do you think Michael was better in the 80s or the 90s?
Man, I would probably say 80s for me.
Yeah, 80s Michael Jackson really spoke.
When he came on stage with the monkey, the chimp or whatever, remember I'm old. And he had on the glove and he had the monkey. I was like, wow. And I'll be honest with you, I have never been that blown away by anything in my life, anything. And I was watching it on TV.
I was very affected by Michael Jackson too. Thriller scared the fuck.
Oh my God, I thought it was incredible. Billie Jean, he was dancing. I remember walking around the house trying to get the Florida light up.
I know. It's great. Oh, and Moonwalker, that fucking the video game. I played that shit on Sega Genesis. I fucking loved Michael Jackson. Why did he do what he did? Oh,
I debuted Moonwalk at church. Going down the aisle, I debuted it for him. I said, "Watch this, guys. Let me show you how he does it." I have my white socks on now.
Being possessed by demons. I didn't know.
They didn't know what I was doing.
Walk to church. Jesus.
They didn't know what I was doing.
I don't think you did either.
No.
Mumble rap. I don't know. I can't really shit on.
I can't.
Everybody has their own thing, you know. It's hard because I didn't grow up in this era. I feel like if I did, maybe I would be like all about it. But I don't know.
Are we still in the mumble rap era? Is this still the era?
I think we've exited the mumble rap era.
We're on the other side of mumble rap.
We have exited the ride.
I think so. I feel like we have.
Yeah, I feel like that. Again, I'm going to quote Chris Rock. He was at like a Jonas Brothers concert or something. He brought his daughters, and they were like, "Whoa!" You know, they were like, "What are you doing here?" They thought he was going to shit on the Jonas Brothers. He goes, "Listen." At the time, he was like, "I'm 45-year-old black guy. It's not for me. It's not my music. It's for children, and they like it." That's how I feel about mumble rap. It's for the kids, and they like it. So let them have it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me.
That's a good point.
All right, Isaac, I'm going to force you to do. So you have Michael Jackson, Madonna, the Beastie Boys. I'm going to bring two more bands. Who we bring to the island?
Oh man, I'm just gonna have to name artists, and then I can pick the albums.
I feel like you should name some of the people on your roster. I think you should bring Juvenile. I'm gonna give you Juvenile. He's gonna come.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. That's why I said you're putting me on the spot. But I mean, I gotta get Tribe Called Quest in there somehow.
Tribe Called Quest is incredible.
Yep.
So when I was in high school, I was obsessed with Tribe Called Quest, and I started wearing New Balances because Fife was wearing them. Nice. And I started wearing Knicks jerseys because remember when they did. What was that video where they were on the roof at the convenience store or whatever, the bodega? It was incredible. Like in my mind, they're one of the most influential groups of all time. Incredible. Right.
Didn't we just lose Fife? Fife just died a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Did he? Yeah. He might have.
A little bit now. But yeah.
What era are we in now? We're in the Taylor Swift era. Somehow we've entered medium good pop has taken over the planet.
Swift. There's a couple albums I really like hers.
You're not going to believe this, but here on Long Island where I'm at, right? And maybe it's everywhere. You know, Taylor Swift had a concert, right? Which everybody was killing each other to get tickets to. Now they made a movie about it, and people are killing each other to get into the movie about the concert. And you're not going to believe this. The people that are all worked up about seeing the movie are the same people that went to the concert. Didn't you already see this?
I'm telling you,
right?
there's a lot of ways to make money in this world. If you can get to the hearts and minds of white women, you were just print fucking money, and that's exactly what's happened here. Oh, they just can't stop spending money. But again, Isaac, I'm not anti Taylor Swift. Again, I'm gonna Chris Rock. She's not for me. I just don't understand why she's as big as she is. It's just like kind of like it's pop music, right? There's nothing special.
It is. She's like an American sweetheart right now. You should know about that.
I'm American sweetheart. Oh,
you know who I think is better though? In my mind, I think is better, or I would think should be bigger than Taylor Swift in my mind is Adele, because Adele is incredible.
Yeah,
like you could put on her album and listen to all the songs.
Very soulful, Adele.
Yeah,
she just doesn't make that much music.
Fans that's too, though. I do think there's more Swifties though. There's probably
yeah. You know who else has an amazing voice? And I don't know what happened to him either. And maybe he's done something wrong, or maybe he retired. But remember that guy Sam Smith? He was incredible.
Oh yeah, what happened to him?
What the hell happened to him? He was incredible. He was doing because I used to say he sounds like he's the male version of Adele.
Oh, look at that.
But they both have incredible voices. Or they, I mean, unless he retired or quit or whatever.
No, Sam is still around. I think he just had a hit, right? He just did a big hit with what's her name? I can't remember.
Yeah. Probably Taylor Swift.
I think we need to get him on the roster page. Can we?
He's incredible.
Get it on there?
Hey, I'm a big Sam fan. You know, I actually see Sam walking around WeHo every now and then.
No shit.
Nice.
Oh my god. I need to,
I think he's incredible.
I need to be where famous people are. Oh, I did want to say one thing because we're running out of time, but you have a comedy booking side to your business.
Comedy and public speaking. We just
Oh, baby.
in
You had
July.
Jeremy Hotz on there, and I don't know if anybody remembers him, but he's fucking hilarious. He was on, he has a very affected way of speaking like Mitch Hedberg or Stephen Wright, but he's goddamn hilarious. And I'm so glad. See your page again last night, Rabbit Hole. You get so much good shit on there. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
I was on there for a while.
He is amazing. We have a lot of amazing comedians. I'm really excited to work with and continue to build with, like Luke Nall, who he had a cup of coffee on Saturday Night Live. But dude is just super talented and amazing. Steve Gillespie, Ben Bailey, still doing his thing since the days of Cash Cab. So
I saw that Cash Cab guy. Yeah.
really, really just excited to continue to build that. And then on the public speaking side, we just started working with people like Iskra Lawrence, who is amazing. Really excited to work with her. Not sure if you guys know who she is, but she helped develop the Aerie line for American Eagle. She has her own clothing line now, her own female products line that's doing very well. And so excited to get her out there to speak a little bit more. And then, on the music side, we're touring Guapole. So if I'm going to put promo here. I'm just going to throw out
throw it out. Yeah, listen, we're at the end. So whatever you want to
Go crazy.
Definitely routing Guapole. We just had this awesome R&B group named the Shindellas. They were just on the Today Show. So everybody, please go check out that video. Wow. And but yeah, just stay tuned. Just really, really excited to continue to grow and really, really happy to be on this show. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Well,
thank you.
That's a lie. But let me ask you this. Have you ever considered representing mediocre podcast?
Asking for a friend. We're asking for a friend.
Think long and hard. If you want marginal talent, I've got 3 people I need you to talk to.
Hey, you guys are way better than marginal. You got to give yourself some credit here.
We're a C minus-ish, I think, on a curve. All right, Isaac, thank you for being on. You were great. Do me a favor, stay with us in the green room for a couple minutes, but I have to log off because, obligations. Goodbye, America. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely, was it Tuesday? Have a lovely Tuesday. Goodbye.